Welcome to Changuu, Bali. So this is a site that you're going to be seeing a lot in this area. Loads of construction. So I'm just finishing up my little week-long trip here, and I've been to Bali a few times. I've been to Indonesia a few times. So I just want to share with you like a high-level overview about like what you need to know before you come to Bali, like what to expect and whatnot. Because I know there's a lot of content that goes into great detail, very cinematic, and this and that and the other thing. So I just want to create something that's like short and sweet and to the point. Anyways, I'm staying at the Samadhi Resort. This place is absolutely perfect for me. There we go, the sun just came out. Like I was saying, I'm staying here at the Samadhi Resort, and this place is absolutely perfect for me because you have a nice little like seating area right here, pool, gym, and the rooms are pretty clean and simple, nothing too fancy, which is perfect for me because I'm in Changuu, so I have my laptop here. I'm just a solo traveler. I'm here working, so I can enjoy everything that Changuu has to offer, which is what I really like. So a few things. First off, if you're coming to Bali, the first thing I suggest doing, it sounds silly, but you should actually like stop and look at a map of Bali to see like where all the different regions are, because Bali's not super small. It's not like a Koh Samui. It's actually a pretty big island. So depending on the area you stay in, that's primarily the area you're going to be in most of the time. Because like you're not going to come to Changuu and then drive to Uluwatu in like a day trip. Like they're far away from each other. And especially if you like come to Ubud or Ubud, you're not going to be going to like, oh, stay in Ubud and then I'll go down to Uluwatu for a day and come. Like, no, you're not. Like those two places are quite far away from one another. So take a look at the map of Bali and to get a feel for where everything is. And just be aware that all the different areas, especially the areas that people talk about, they're quite far away from each other. They're not that they're not easy to get to, but they're just not like super duper close. So anyways, the whole point is like just be aware of that. Take a look at the map of Bali just so you kind of understand, geographically speaking, where everything is. Number two, when you're booking accommodation, like on booking.com, Agoda, whatever, just be careful about like where the region is, because oftentimes like booking.com will show you all the different hotels at a great price, but they're all in like Denpasar. I can't pronounce that word, but that's like the city center of Bali. That's like near like the airport in Kuta. That's not exactly where you want to stay. So don't like just immediately book like the first like cheap hotel that you see and whatnot, and because if it's in the wrong region, that I think you're not gonna have a good time, but you're not gonna have that like Bali experience that you always see. So because Denpasar is like a city, so just be careful of that. Next, what areas, look at all this construction, because this place is nuts. Changuu is crazy how this has changed so much. Anyways, like the main regions that you're gonna want to stay in my humble opinion, are Changuu, if you kind of want to do like a workcation, so to speak, like I'm doing here. You want to take your laptop, you work online, you want to come and hang out here and do your online thing. Changuu is the best. It really is. Like, it's very convenient, lots of cafes and bars and places to work, and a bunch of people, everybody who lives here in this area. So that's why Changuu is nice. And the beach is okay here as well. You have Kuta. Kuta is like the OG Changuu of like 20 years ago. Kuta's right next to the airport, and so it's very convenient to get to. It tends to be more of, in my opinion, that's just my opinion, it tends to be more of like a little bar area for like older guys and that type of thing. I wouldn't stay in Kuta personally. Kuta does have good surfing though. It has good beginner surfing, more like it. It has better beginner surfing. So if that's what you're looking for, like surfing and bars, and Kuta is quite nice. Uluwatu, you definitely want to check out Uluwatu. Gorgeous beaches there. So Uluwatu is like very nice if you want like the beach and swim and surf, and that's what Uluwatu is all about. And then there's Seminyak, which is right next to Changuu. So kind of similar to Changuu. It's being built up, so it's not like wildly different from Changuu and whatnot. So Seminyak is good. I think if you're like a complete tourist and you want like a nice resort, Seminyak has that as well. And both Changuu and Seminyak have their respective like beaches that are attached to like the little area. Again, take a look at a map of Bali so you kind of understand what I'm talking about. And then you have Ubud, and Ubud is beautiful, but it's far away. So Ubud is like in the middle of Bali. It's not like close to anything. There's no beaches. Like it's kind of like Chiang Mai a little bit. Chiang Mai, that type of layout. I'm just walking to this main area because that's the only thing I don't really like about the Samadhi Resort, or whatever you want to call it, where I'm staying, is the traffic over here is absurd. So I'll show you like what Bali traffic is like. Take a quick peek over here. This road gets insane. So that's it for the main island of Bali. There's also, I'm going to mispronounce this, so I apologize. I'll leave a link in the description. Nusa Penida, something like that. It's called Nusa Penida. There's another island here. Yeah, see, this is, it's like 12 o'clock. Bumper to bumper traffic. This is nuts, man. This road is such a headache to drive on. That's the only thing I don't like about my resort, because every time I want to come back, it's always like this. Anyways, don't want to get distracted, but Nusa Penida, I apologize for everyone who's very familiar with Bali. I'm terrible with names, but that's the place you definitely want to visit as well, because that has all the famous like images that you see of Bali on Instagram with beaches and walkways and whatnot. So that's really it, guys. Really, that's simple. So just fly into the airport. Don't stay in Kuta. Stay maybe like Uluwatu, Changuu, or Ubud. I want to say Ubud. I know, because I'm American, so we have Budweiser beer, like Bud. Ubud. It's not Budweiser. Ubud. So those are the three main areas. If you want to like have a full kind of Bali experience, then I would probably stay in like Ubud first and stay there for like 3-4 days, rent a bike, explore, then move from there and then stay in Changuu. And Changuu is again more like the expat, I hate that word, digital nomad, but no other word for it, kind of area where people are like working remotes and that type of feel and vibe. And then from there go down to Uluwatu, and Uluwatu's gorgeous, in resorts and beaches and surfing. It's really nice. And then make your way over to Nusa Penida, the islands over there, or the island, main island there, for a bunch of like gorgeous scenery and beaches and whatnot. And there you go. And so overall, that's it. So, and apart from that, with Bali and money, like I said in my Jakarta video, you can pay for most things with credit card here if you stay in the main kind of tourist areas, obviously. Okay, so like cafes, bars here, like everywhere I go, it's like just paying with like Apple Pay and whatnot. It's very, very simple. You don't need a lot of cash, but you do need a little bit of cash on you. Like I said in the Jakarta video, maybe like 700,000 rupiah would be plenty to cover you for a week. And what are you going to be spending all that money on? Primarily, it'd be like, you know, going to the store and buying a bottle of water, getting some mango or dragon fruit at the store, putting gas in the bike that you're going to rent and whatnot. Little things like that. And you definitely need cash if you decide to drive out away from the kind of tourist areas, these gentrified, whatever you want to call it. Speaking of which, I'm blown away by how gentrified Changuu is now. It's like one of the most gentrified places I've ever been. It's like totally, it's kind of like a Tao Dien in Saigon times 10. And then there's no locals. It's really truly gentrified. Crazy. So there you go, guys. That's really all you need to know. So just prepare a little bit of cash with you. And there you go. But you definitely need cash, like I said, if you're going to take the bike out and drive out and go explore, because they're not just going to have, you know, they're not going to accept credit card. If you're at some random like little mini marts on the way to like Ubud, for example, if you do that kind of trip, whatever. So that's all you kind of really need to know. And otherwise, yeah, Bali is quite nice and lovely. I see clearly like why it overtook like Chiang Mai. Because when I started traveling in 2011, like Chiang Mai was the spot And that was just a super popular spot where people who were like working on remote and whatnot came to move to. And so it's been, this place is just beautiful. Look at it. It's beautiful and it's very affordable still. Yeah, you can spend a lot, you can spend a little, whatever. So I really do see the people, like I'm just walking around my hotel. I'm like, what is this? Like, very beautiful here. And otherwise, I would just say that the island's very nice and safe. And I'm gonna sound crazy saying this, but I do find it to be a bit of like a feminine island. I know I sound crazy saying that, but I just think of like my sister, who's like a vegan and like very liberal and that type of person. She would love this place because that's what this vibe is about, like yoga and meditation and GMO this and vegan friendly that and Beyond Milk here and I don't know, like facials and a bunch of like photogenic spots to take your picture and beaches and laying around having a mocktail or a cocktail. I don't know, that type of setup. And I'm not like, again, I'm not like complaining or anything. I'm just telling you like what it's like. That's the vibe here. And I love it, it's very nice. Just telling you. I know it sounds crazy. Maybe it's like a little bit of a feminine island in that regard, where that's not a bad thing, just telling you how it is. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap up what I'm doing, which is walking around talking to myself into a camera. Anyways, you should definitely come to Bali. It's very lovely here, gorgeous, and you're gonna be very surprised by the weather as well. It can be very hot during the day like this, but in the evening it's very, very comfortable. And there you go. And one last thing, I need a haircut. So I think I was gonna hold off to by the time I get back to Vietnam, but I think maybe I'll get a haircut here somewhere. I'm not sure. Anyways, guys, I'll leave this random video here. I hope you enjoyed it. So just to recap, if you're coming to like Bali, just what you probably need to know. Stay in Changuu because that's where everyone who lives here is at. So you get that kind of understanding and feel for like what people are talking about when you see all these videos, people talking about Changuu and blah, blah, blah. So come check it out for a little bit. Oi. And Uluwatu for surfing and resorts, and it's very beautiful. Seminyak is quite nice too. I do like that if you're a tourist and want to stay somewhere. Kuta is okay. It's good for like beginner surfing. It's the OG Changuu spot, as I like to say. Denpasar, that's a city, so I would avoid that. Just be careful when you're on booking.com and whatnot. Don't book the first thing because it's probably in Denpasar. Ubud, beautiful but very far away. You're far away from a beach and whatnot. So if that's what you want, don't stay in Ubud. You're not going to be like, oh, stay there and then drive to the... No, you're not. You're not going to be doing that. But Ubud is like really nice because you have access to hiking and the volcano and all that good stuff. And then down to Uluwatu, it's easy to stay there for a few days, then move over to like adjacent islands as well. All right, guys, I'm gonna go get my laptop, maybe get a haircut, and get to work. What was that? All right, guys, anyways, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you next video.